In the concrete jungle, millions of tiny jaws are constantly chewing, millions of legs are marching, and millions of lives are being lived in secret. If this sounds like the setup for a cheesy horror movie, it's actually just an average day in the life of a leafcutter ant colony. These supersized ants live in colonies that number in the millions and tunnel through the soil with ease thanks to their huge mandibles and powerful legs. But what goes on inside their underground layers? And how do these insects survive by cutting the leaves off plants? You are about to find out as we take a peek beneath the surface to explore the hidden world of giant ant colonies. There are more than 12,000 known species of ant living today, and leafcutter ants are among the largest. These supersized insects can be more than 3/4 of an inch long, which makes them almost as big as some small lizards. But while reptiles have been around since the age of the dinosaurs, ants are actually much newer to the scene. They first appeared around 50 million years ago and quickly became one of the most successful insect groups on Earth. There are now more than 20 quadrillion ants alive on our planet, which is 20 million times more than the human population. It's no surprise that ants are everywhere. They can be found on every continent, except Antarctica. And they come in all shapes and sizes. Some are tiny and others are gigantic. Some live solitary lives and others live in large colonies. And some, like leafcutter ants, spend their days cutting the leaves off plants. As you might have guessed from their name, these ants are famous for their distinctive leaf-clipping behavior. But why do they do this? Well, the answer is fungus. That's right. Leafcutter ants farm their own food. In the wild, it's very difficult to grow fungus. You need just the right amount of moisture, warmth, and nutrients. But if you're a leafcutter ant, you don't have to worry about any of that. See, these ants don't eat the leaves they cut. Instead, they use the leaves to grow a special kind of fungus that they do eat. Each colony has its own unique fungus farm, which is tended to by special worker ants. These ants carefully water the growing fungus and protect it from predators. If the fungus farm is threatened, these worker ants will sacrifice themselves to defend it. When the fungus is ready to be eaten, other worker ants will carefully harvest it and bring it back to the colony. There, the ants will either eat the fungus raw or use it to make a nutritious broth. If you think this all sounds pretty neat, just wait until you see what else these ants can do. Leafcutter ants are true super athletes. They can carry objects that are 50 times heavier than they are. Just imagine picking up a full backpack with just your little fingers. That's how strong leafcutter ants are. Thanks to their size and strength, leafcutter ants can dig enormous tunnels through the soil. These tunnels allow the colony to grow deep underground, out of sight and reach of most predators. The deepest leafcutter ant tunnels ever discovered were over 65 feet below the ground. That's deeper than the foundations of many human buildings. Inside the tunnels, there are different sections for different purposes. In some areas, ants store food and raise their young. In other areas, ants store their fungus. And in yet another area, they keep their queen. Speaking of the queen, let's talk about her for a minute. Like all ant species, leafcutter ant colonies have only one queen. She is the mother of all the ants in the colony, and she is responsible for laying all the eggs. Queens can lay up to 1,000 eggs per day. That's why it's so important to protect her at all costs. Worker ants take turns guarding the queen, and she is fed a special nutrient-rich diet. If anything threatens the colony, the worker ants will give their lives to protect her. Without the queen, the colony will die. As you can probably tell, leafcutter ants are highly organized creatures. They may be small, but they work together to accomplish incredible things. And they are just one example of the amazing insects that live on our planet. So next time you're outside, take a close look at the ants. You never know what they might be up to. Hey there, it's me. Thanks for watching this episode. If you liked it, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out our other content. We've got something for everyone. Until next time, see ya.